Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Karthik Vallamsetla, and I'm excited to share how modern web APIs can help us create incredible user experiences. These APIs, like geolocation, web notifications, and intersection observer, are powerful tools that let us make web applications more dynamic, personalized, and engaging. Over the next few minutes, I will share some real-world examples from my projects, show how these APIs have driven user engagement, increased satisfaction, and even boosted revenue. Let's dive in. Before we get into the details, here's what we will be covering today. First, I will introduce modern web APIs, why they are essential for UI development. Then we will look at how APIs have evolved to become the versatile tools we use today. Next, I will take you through three key APIs: the Geolocation API, the Web Notifications API, and the Intersection Observer API. We will explore how each of them enhances user experience. We will also compare their strengths, discuss how combining APIs can create richer experiences, and touch on some challenges and best practices for using them effectively. Finally, I will wrap up with key takeaways and a quick look at what's next in the world of web APIs. So, what exactly are modern web APIs? They are tools that let us bring dynamic and interactive features to web applications. Within these APIs, we can create user interfaces that feel personalized and responsive, similar to native apps. For example, in one of my e-commerce projects, we used the Geolocation API to show customers nearby stores and paired it with the Web Notifications API to alert them about flash sales in their area. The result? A 30% increase in user engagement during the campaign. These APIs are a critical part of today's web development landscape, especially as progressive web apps continue to blur the line between web and native applications. Let's take a step back and look at how APIs have evolved. Early APIs were simple. They could do things like update text or hide an element on a web page. Useful, but not particularly interactive. Today's APIs are more powerful. They let us access device features, handle real-time interactions, and even create offline experiences. For example, in one project, we used modern web APIs to build a progressive web app for an e-commerce site. Customers could browse products they have previously viewed, even without an internet connection. This feature was a hit, especially during high-traffic periods like Black Friday, because it made the shopping experience smoother and less frustrating. Let's start with the Geolocation API. This API lets us access a user's location, with their permission, of course. It's perfect for creating location-aware experiences. In one project, we used the Geolocation API for an outdoor gear retailer. Based on the user's location and local weather, we recommended hiking gear that suited their environment. This made the experience feel personal and relevant, and we saw a 20% increase in conversions. But it's not just about functionality. Privacy and user trust are critical. Always explain why you are requesting location data and ensure it's handled securely. In another project, we added a fallback option for users to manually enter their zip code. This simple addition helped retain 15% of users who initially denied location access. Next up is the Web Notifications API, which is all about keeping users engaged. This API lets you send push notifications to users even when they are not on your site. For an e-commerce client, we implemented price drop alerts for wishlist items using this API. These personalized notifications drove a 25% increase in click-through rates and generated over hundreds of thousands in revenue during the holiday season. That said, you need to be careful with notifications. Overusing them can lead to user fatigue. That's why it's important to let users customize their notification preferences and to time your messages strategically. For example, sending reminders during lunch breaks or evenings doubled engagement in one of our campaigns. The Intersection Observer API might not sound glamorous, but it's a powerhouse when it comes to optimizing performance. It tracks when elements enter or leave the viewport, making it perfect for lazy loading and triggering animations. For a fashion retailer, we use this API to lazy load product images. Instead of loading everything upfront, images were loaded only when the user scrolled to them. This reduced page load times by 35% and directly led to a 12% boost in mobile conversions. This API isn't just about speed, it's about creating a smooth, enjoyable experience that keeps user engaged, especially on mobile devices when performance is crucial. Let's take a quick look at how these APIs compare. The Geolocation API provides user location, making content and navigation more personalized. The Web Notifications API engages users in real time, driving them back to your site. The Intersection Observer API optimizes performance by reducing resource usage. Each API plays a special role, but together they create a toolkit for building responsive and interactive applications. Now, what happens when you combine these APIs? You get powerful synergies that take user experience to the next level. For a home goods retailer, we combined the Geolocation API to identify users near stores, the Web Notifications API to send alerts about in-store promotions, the Intersection Observer API to animate banners as users scrolled. This integration increased foot traffic by 30% and boosted local sales by 20%. It's a great example of how APIs working together can create a seamless and engaging experience. Of course, APIs aren't without their challenges. Privacy is a big one. Users need to know how their data is being used and must feel confident that it's secure. Always be transparent and comply with the regulators like GDPR. Another challenge is avoiding notification fatigue. Be thoughtful about how often you send notifications and allow users to control their preferences. Finally, performance is key, especially on mobile devices. Using the Intersection Observer API to manage resource loading has been a game changer in many of my projects, ensuring speed without sacrificing functionality. To wrap things up, modern web APIs like geolocation, web notifications, and Intersection Observer have revolutionized how we build web applications. They help us create experiences that are faster, more engaging, and deeply personalized. By combining these tools thoughtfully, we can deliver applications that rival native apps in functionality and performance. And this is just the beginning. Emerging technologies like AR, VR, and AI-powered APIs promise to push user engagement even further. Thank you for joining me today. I would love to hear your thoughts or questions about these APIs and how they can be used to create even better user experiences. Thank you.